Hey guys, Greg Pierkowski reaching out to you today. I wanted to kind of share a message with you as I was sitting in my office today getting ready for a group of people I'm going to be talking with tonight. And I got to tell you, we really were looking for about 15 people or so to be able to see if we could help change their lives, to help bring perspective and value into their lives. Guys, we ended up having about 40 to 50 people register to be able to come to a opportunity to be able to maybe hopefully change the value of how they see themselves and the perspective of how they look at themselves. Guys, I tell you what, being an entrepreneur today, being a married couple, and even being a youth in the world today is challenging. The world will beat you down on how perspective and how what they think value is to them. Being an entrepreneur, a married couple, a successful married couple, and people in the teenage world today, they struggle with seeing value in themselves. They struggle with the perspective of how the world looks at them. You see, the strongest voice that we deal with, the hardest one that we have to change is ours. The one that wakes us up in the morning, that looks in the mirror and says that you're not going to succeed, that the world says that you shouldn't be an entrepreneur, that your marriage should fail. The teenager, you should just go the ways of the world to just be cool and fit in. Well, guys, I tell you what, that's not the perspective that we want to see folks have. As an entrepreneur, I know that I've had to always have a mentor and a coach in my life, and it's been a constant maintenance to be able to grow and to go through that incubation period of changing. And I was talking a little bit to a friend of mine yesterday who's been in the coaching and mentoring business for over 35 years and works directly with Zig Ziglar. And it made me think about perspective and changes and how maybe we could share a story that might be able to bring your perspective on yourself. That you're an awesome and successful person. That you have value in what you do, whether it's a job or a stay-home husband or wife or a teenager that is just doing the best that they can. So, we were on the property here that we're on, and we want to make things feel and look successful. So we go out to this pond that we have, and it's a little pond, but we stand in front of this pond and go, man, look at this huge pond. Look at these huge fish. Because we want things around us to know that they're bigger than what they may think they are. They're more successful than what they may think they are. The perspective of what we see in those things. So we see this boat. And the boat was in the water. And it was sunk. We could see just a little bit of it. So we pulled the boat out. And it was horrible. Generally, I think the average person would have thrown that boat away and said, you know what, the heck with it. People seen it that were here, they came by just to look at the estate, and Greg, just throw that boat away. What value would that be? And why would you spend your time in that? Well, my boys and I looked at that and they said, you know what, we see value in that boat. We see success in that boat. That boat will float. That boat will be the best boat. It'll be better than what it was before. So we let that boat go through an incubation time of drying out, hardening up a little bit. And as we went back out to it in just a few days, the boat was a little harder. Still looked horrible. It was just not what most people would see, but we seen success in that boat. We looked at that boat and went, man, this looks cool. This thing's going to float. We're going to redo the inside. We're going to paint the outside. We're going to put new seats on. We may even put a troller on the back. This thing's going to be an awesome boat, better than it was before. So we worked on it long enough to get a couple holes patched. And just like entrepreneurs, we get impatient and we want to go at breakneck speed. We want to move forward. We don't want to wait for the total finished product. So the boys wanted to put that boat in the water and see if it floated, but they didn't have any oars. How are they going to move the boat? Well, they seen success. So they ran to the barn and they got 2 shovels, plastic end shovels, that they could use as oars. They seen success in those shovels. They seen something different in those shovels than anyone else had seen. They seen a way to push that boat forward. So they ran back to the pond, that huge pond, And they got in that wonderful boat, and they got that out in the water with their fishing poles and their worms, and they were paddling around the water. And they created success off of a different perspective. And they created value in something that other people may not have. Guys, it's awesome to be able to know that here this summer we're going to be putting together a retreat to where entrepreneurs and couples are going to be able to come out and spend some time out here. And you're going to see that boat. You'll have pictures of it before, you'll have pictures of it after, but you'll be able to see that boat. And some of the people that had seen that boat before are going to go, that's not the same boat. That boat's different. I'll ride that boat. I'll be with that boat. I trust that boat. Well, guys, those people are the ones that sometimes they mean well, but they draw us down because they don't see value in everything around them. When entrepreneurs, successful married couples, teenagers, people out there today that have the entrepreneurial spirit that we want to be different, that we want to be in the world, but not of the world. Guys, our journey that we're on is to help people in many ways, achieving your goals at breakneck speed. Yours, not ours, yours. We've been through a lot, and as entrepreneurs, sometimes we just tend to want to tear things down. We, at times destroy things around us trying to chase a dream. But if you have the right support, as I watched both of my boys graduate that went through a tremendous amount of adversities, each independently. One had to learn to actually walk and talk and breathe and eat all over again. And to be able to graduate still a year early and make the National Honor Society. That's a perspective. That's creating value and different than what everyone else around maybe had seen. So guys, I tell you what, as we meet with these people tonight, it's going to be exciting. And comment below. We're looking for 15 more couples or individuals that want to sit down and see if they're interested in changing their perspective on themselves. Changing how they see themselves as value. Because if you can change your own perspective and change how you feel about yourself, the folks around you will see that change. The most important thing is how you feel about yourself. We know that each and every one of you carry success inside of you. And without you understanding that your voice is the strongest voice that you can carry, you're going to continue to struggle. Guys, we're here for you. We love helping people. We continually work on ourselves daily to be able to make ourselves better as we work in this journey. Achieving your goals at breakneck speed is what we're working towards. And I'll tell you what, I had one of my children come to me here in the last week that said, Dad, how is your book coming? And I told them. And they said, Dad, why couldn't I write a book? I'm a teenager. So maybe something's coming down the pipe, maybe not. Who knows? But the value of creating value in other people and helping you change your perspective, just like that boat, is what we're all about. Guys, it's been a pleasure talking with you. It's always a joy. And remember, if I can, you can.